And we're on.
Welcome back to another episode of the Tier 1 podcast, live on another Thursday night for the Patriots. We got a full house here tonight. Give me a widescreen, Drew. Next to us, next to me, we have Magnet from Lion Arms. Over on the couch, we got Lord David all the way from England. We have my girlfriend, Devin, who somehow got VIP treatment and was allowed in here, and her brother, Cam. And behind the desk, making it all happen, my brother, Drew. We got a lot to cover tonight. We're going to talk about Navy guys getting recruited into the NFL, what happened with the Trump assassination. Bo is coming on the show, and a lot more. Let's go, Drew. All right, we're going to start off this night the correct way. Unfortunately, Drew, go ahead and pull it up. We lost an officer today, Richard Coyle. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Deputy Coyle. He was a Chicago native who dedicated close to 30 years of his life serving the city of Chicago before moving to Kentucky, where he was a sheriff's deputy. He died last week. He was shot in the line of duty. Crittenden County Sheriff's Office shared the news that Deputy Rick Coyle passed away at his home Thursday morning, surrounded by family. Whose beloved member of the Sheriff's Office, the deputy wrote, where we are deeply grateful for all the support we've received from the public and surrounding communities. Coyle grew up in Chicago's South Side, attended Brother Rice High School, and was a beloved member and well-respected leader of the Chicago Police Department SWAT team for 28 years.
Wow.
Before retiring in 2019 and then moving to Kentucky with his wife. For the last 2 years, while in his role as a deputy, Coyle worked as the school resource officer with Crittenden County High School, where he was a beloved member of the community. Coyle was among several deputies serving emergency guardianship paperwork on April 2nd, when investigators with Kentucky State Police said the 6-year-old suspect, Ronnie Phillips, opened fire and critically wounded Coyle. Coyle fought for his life for days and eventually succumbed to his injuries. So this is remembering the brave men and women and first responders that put it all on the line for our community. Drew, can you say a quick prayer for the family of Richard Coyle?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for who you are, and we thank you that you are good and in control. Lord, we live in a fallen world, and Lord, we thank you for Richard Coyle and the family that he comes from. Thank you for the parents that raised him to be the kind of man that he is. And Lord, we thank you that you raised these ordained men to fight evil in this fallen world so that good people can go to work and enjoy their lives and enjoy freedom. And Lord, we pray right now that you would bring peace and comfort that surpasses all understanding to his family for this loss. And Lord, I pray you'd raise new men to fill these empty boots. But we pray for his family, and we pray your blessing upon them. In Christ's name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right. On to some happier things to report, although it is our duty to report that and always willing to do that. But this world's a crazy place. Good things happen, bad things happen. And for two young men for the United States Navy football team, two great things happen. Drew, go ahead and pull up the first video on IG. I think this is awesome.
And Eli Heidenreich is here. You see the emotion hitting him. He is Navy's all-time receiver, all-time leading receiver. He was a zero-star recruit coming out of high school. Valparaiso Davidson Slippery Rocket offered him finally his dream school. Grandfather was a naval officer. His uncle was a Navy corpsman and in the Marines. And Eli, now eligible with the new rules to defer his military service to pursue a career with the Steelers.
I got goosebumps right now, Reese. I do. Going into the draft, this timing is insane. This is my favorite player in the draft. Reese mentioned some of it. A running back, but only by position. The stats and positions right now compare nothing to what we're looking at. Tears, the naval uniform, the hat, the theater here in Pittsburgh going absolutely nuts. This guy is more than a football player. This is a Captain America, if you ask me. Yeah. I'm laying out. Listen to this crowd. I'm going to tear up right now. This is really, really cool. Eli Heidenreich is the Steeler.
It is. Nice. Man. Oh, I love that. I love that story. I love that Trump allowed this to happen, as they're right. He still will have to serve at some point, but he can serve after his NFL career, to where before people like David Robinson, I can think of another, I'm missing off the top of my head, but they had to serve their term for it. In fact, the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up this isn't their first veteran that they picked up. Do you remember who else they picked up, Cam?
Yeah, so
the Ranger.
Yeah, so actually Alejandro Villanueva.
Yes,
he was
a
longtime Steelers player, and then also I saw recently undrafted free agent, also went to school with Eli Heidenreich. He was actually his fullback. He is also now with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, you know too much, and if you guys recognize Cam, we did the what did we do? We did the NFL playoff and the college playoff prediction episode together.
Correct.
Which we pretty much nailed it.
Close. We were close.
They're not gonna go back and check it. we just nailed it. There was, and he wasn't the only person from the Naval Academy to be picked up. Let's go see who else they grabbed. All the way to the bottom. Yeah.
Pick, and that you'll see here in a second why. With the 226th pick.
Pause it if you can, just real quick, Drew. And as you can see, they call this a special pick, and you can see his painting right there. So the 226th pick is now called the Pat Tillman pick. And so to have a service member picked 226, the same pick that Tillman is, makes it even more special.
Yeah.
All right, keep going, Drew.
I'm going to play it mute just so we don't get, I don't know,
okay.
the music.
Who cares? Send it.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
It has.
Landon Robinson, DT, Navy.
To have that legacy of just being a good person, but also being a beast on the field and just being able to give it all I have every single play. So that's what I want to remember, guys. Every day, ever since I've been a kid, no matter if you're either up or down, you just keep putting in the work and you just keep getting better every day. And that's the only way you can continue to get better. Just keep working, and it never stops.
And so
I love it. I love it. Love to see that they're putting in good players, and the NFL is picking these people up. I'm glad that that Trump allowed them. I think it's good for the naval schools to be able to do that. I am. Just want to mention those things right off the bat and allow some people to flow in, because what I really want to talk about, and cannot wait to talk about, and that is the Trump assassination attempt. I have a lot to say about it. I know a lot of other people have had some things to say about it. It's always tough for some others that come in early and they don't have all the facts, and sometimes it's a little more tough to wait on it and make sure you have all the facts before commenting on it. But that's what I'd rather do. I'd rather wait a couple days and tell you guys exactly what happened. And here we go. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna tell you who Cole Tomas Allen is. I'm going to tell you his beliefs. I'm going to tell you how it all unfolded. And then we're going to talk about the conspiracy theories, because everything's a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy. But I'll go right down it, and we'll do this together, and you guys can let me know your thoughts about it as well. Let's kick it off. Who is Cole Tomas Allen? He went to Cal Tech. He earned his master's degree in computer science. He was a tutor and was named Teacher of the Year in 2024 at C2 Education, which specializes in college test preparation, tutoring, and academic advising. He was an independent game developer and released a game on Steam, an online gaming platform. The game is described on the website as a skill-based, non-violent, ironic, asymmetrical fighting game. He was always described as a friendly and quiet person. He was 31 years old, and he was still living with his parents. Now, that seems like something that's just somewhat normal these days, but I actually want to make a point of that. If you're a 31-year-old man and you are still living with your parents, right off the bat, your parents have failed you. And so it's no surprise that recently these losers who have been trying to kill the president, this is their background and who they are. Here's the bigger problem is when you still live with your parents. You have time. You have time to think of stupid things. You have time to research stupid things. You have time on your hands to do whatever you want. If his parents at age, and I get it, it's a different world. House prices are ridiculous.
I also live in California.
So, and you live in California. So I'll give you a couple more years. But around 30, your parents have to look at you and go, go on, get. All right? And if he was working his butt off to pay a house payment or an apartment payment like all the other adults, you think he'd have had time to plan all this?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Got to go to work.
You got to go to work.
Got to pay your bills.
So we got failed parents right off the bat who allowed him an opportunity to do this.
And people grow up a little slower in California anyway.
And a little weirder. But let's talk about his beliefs. He voted for Kamala Harris in 2024 and even donated to the Kamala Harris campaign.
Loser.
Yes, for a whopping $25. But guess what? When you live at home and you don't have enough money for anything else, $25 is probably a lot to him. And so don't discount that $25. And it showed. And you know, this, maybe it's too much information. I've never donated to a political party. I've never cared enough to donate. Have you?
No, never.
Drew, you ever donated to a political party?
I think that $1 when you're like renewing your license or something stupid. Okay. Like I gave $1.
I'm surprised, actually. Devin, you ever donate to? You did.
Indirectly.
What does indirectly mean?
Like the Republican parties that you go to rap shoulders to network, and then they're raffling, but it's all going to the Republican.
Okay. All right. I get that. Cam, you ever donated to anyone?
Not a chance.
Lord David, have you ever donated to a political party? All right. That doesn't. And it doesn't matter to me if anyone has. But what I'm saying is, we have a room full of people who are much older. We've never donated to anyone. So for them to discount, it was only $25. It means something if you care enough to give a direct donation of any amount to someone campaigning. So his brainwashing, education came from Cal Tech. Now, Cal Tech is a STEM college, and magnet, I'm sure you know what STEM stands for, but yes. Stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So really shouldn't be, I don't think anything STEM is very political, but everything in this world is political. And Caltech University has an astounding 16-to-1 liberal to conservative student body. And that is by the City Journal. City Journal ranks them 95th in the country for student ideological diversity, which is funny because this next little tidbit is is not going to coincide with that, noted that the school's disproportionately large DEI bureaucracy with roughly 10 DEI staff members per 1,000 students. Why would you have so many representatives per 1,000 students for DEI? But that's because Caltech believes that, and they just want to make sure that it was fair, because I don't know, math is racist, science is racist, technology is racist, and so they want to make sure that it's as diverse as possible. So that is the environment he grew up in Caltech.
So, Brent, I imagine it's worse than that, right? Because you've got my camera's already dead. Okay, so it's worse than that, right? So it's not just the students, 1 out of 16 being conservative. Look at the teaching staff. I guarantee you the teaching staff is, we're trying to get this camera fixed, guys. I bet you, and I wore shorts tonight.
Wow, look at them legs.
Woo! There it is, boys. Look at that knee. The teaching staff, that's not 1 out of 16 conservatives. I'd like to see, it's probably like, maybe there's one conservative teacher, and that's just giving them grace.
Isn't that the opposite of diversity?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. So
she gets it. Yep. So couple this with what his party leadership tells him. So that's what he spent 5 years getting a master's degree embedded with that type of surrounding and those type of teachers indoctrinating him. And obviously being a member or supporter of the Democratic Party, let's see what the people he looks up to is telling him. Drew, let's pull up the YouTube video.
I don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the
Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
How did they?
I run a pod.
That is, yep. That is, it's. You know what's funny is I tried to be fair, and so to get that compilation, I went to YouTube and I just searched compilation of Democrats. Violence, just those words, and just nothing but results came back. I did the same thing, and I just replaced the Democrat word with Republicans, and the only thing you get, now you do get some hits, but it's nothing like that. The only thing you get is Trump saying things about fighting and saying things like, I'd be okay if you hit him in the face, just stupid Trump things, and I'm not sitting here and trying to defend it, but he says some rhetoric too. In context, he's usually talking about people who are disrupting his events. And if you disrupt an event, you might get something might happen to you. I mean, that's just common sense.
But Donna said blow up the White House.
Yeah, I know.
She
It's not
didn't
even
go.
It's not even close.
Well, she's anti-gun, but she's pro-bomb.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of the violence, 99% of that rhetoric really does come from the left. And so is there any surprise at all that this is happening for a third time? For a third time. This didn't happen to Joe Biden. None of this happened to Kamala. This did not happen to Obama. I'm not saying there weren't threats against him. I bet the Secret Services are always dealing with threats. But this is unprecedented. And it's because of the other side's rhetoric.
Brent, if I was as angry and as violent thinking as they are in the area of politics, I mean, this isn't war. This isn't an enemy at your gates. This is politics. And if I was as angry and as violent as them, I guess I wouldn't want other people to have guns either. Because if you're assuming that people think like you and act like you, they don't want people with guns because.
Well, it's funny. We're going to get to that because apparently they don't mind guns all the time. Now. We're going to read his manifesto here in a second. So I want all of you to understand. If you guys haven't, most of you may have heard that he had a manifesto. Well, I'm going to read it to you so you guys really understand everything about this. Now, he does claim to be a Christian, which in his manifesto proves he has no idea what the Bible says. And this is something else that I really want to bring up. It is an unfortunate truth that if you are a Sunday morning Christian, what you do and see and what you take in the other 6 days of the week, a Sunday morning cannot undo. He was Christian by self-description only and not Christian by his actions.
Oh, is he upset about all the abortion that's going on? Is that what he's upset about?
Oh, I can go on and on.
Is he upset about all the marriage issues and transgender issues and illegal immigration issues?
I know. We can go on and on about that. But nope. He's only mad at Donald Trump because his party isn't mad at those other things. He's mad at what his party wants him to be mad at.
He's in the wrong party. He's at the wrong party.
There's no party where he's at right now. Let's get to it. Here is his manifesto. Hello, everybody. So I may have a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for the most wanted. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably most certainly do need to go to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused or murdered before this, to all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I'm a citizen of the United States. What my representatives do reflects on me. And I'm no longer willing to permit a PDF, if you understand what I'm saying, a rapist and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I'll go over my expected rules of engagement. Probably a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, which is a little unique, and some people find that to be really odd, but he himself is a minority. I believe he's half black, half white, and I believe he just wasn't willing to do violence on another minority.
Racist.
That's right. So I actually don't think it's that odd. They are targets prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. AKA, I hope they are wearing body armor because center mass with shotgun messes up people who aren't. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible, unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs, less penetration through walls. I will still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a PDF, grapist, and traitor and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. Rebuttals to objections. Objection 1. As a Christian, you should turn the other cheek. Rebuttal. Turning the other cheek is for when you yourself are oppressed. I'm not the person graped in a detention camp. I'm not the fisherman executed without trial. I'm not a school kid blown up or a child starved or a teenage girl abused by the many criminals in this administration. Turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior, but it is complicity in the oppressor's crimes. Drew, just real quick, as our in-house
resident chaplain.
Yeah, as our resident chaplain, is that true that turning the other cheek is for when you yourself are oppressed?
Yeah, it is personal responsibility, right? It's in civil situations. So I mean, he's right on that as far as it being a personal situation.
Well, he didn't say a personal situation. He said it's oppressed.
Oh, that's him being oppressed.
That's different. Yeah.
You know, that's people can define that so many different ways, right? I'm oppressed. This is very relative, very subjective, especially today. It's just an offense. It's talking about when an individual offends you directly in that moment. Your responsibility is not to retaliate. You're supposed to turn the other cheek, which is,
right.
Just turn the head.
So
ignore it.
It's no surprise that the self-proclaimed Christian is off base because he doesn't even understand turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Objection 2. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. So we're still in the manifesto.
And Brent, just real quick, just on a note, Jesus and Paul, they lived under the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire did terrible things to people in their empire. They were not a Christian nation for sure. And never did Paul or Jesus ever tell the church or people to rise up against their leader or assassinate their emperor.
He would have known that had he read it. Although he does mention something close to that. Now we'll get to it when we get to it. Objection 2, again, still in the manifesto. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. Rebuttal. I need whoever thinks the way to take a couple minutes. I need whoever thinks this way to take a couple minutes and realize that the world isn't about them. Do you think that when I see someone raped or murdered or abused, I should walk on by because it wouldn't be inconvenient for people who aren't the victim?
When did you see that?
This was the best timing and chance of success I could come up with. Objection 3. You didn't get them all. Rebuttal. Got to start somewhere. He's pretty lighthearted for someone about to go through this, actually. Objection 4. As a half-black, half-white person, you shouldn't be the one doing this. Rebuttal. I don't see anyone else picking up the slack. Objection 5. Yield unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Rebuttal. The United States of America are ruled by the law, not by any one or several people. Insofar as representatives and judges do not follow the law, no one is required to yield them anything so unlawfully ordered. I would also like to extend my appreciation to a great many people, since I will not be likely or be able to talk with them again, unless the Secret Service is astoundingly incompetent. Thank you to my family, both personal and church. Thanking his church. It's awesome. For love over the 31 years.
I bet you they're proud.
Thank you to my friends for your companionship over the years. Thanks to my colleagues over many jobs for your positivity and professionalism. Thank you to my students for your enthusiasm and love of learning. Thank you to the many acquaintances I've met in person online for short interactions and long-term relationships, for your perspective and inspiration. Thank you all for everything. Sincerely, Cole, Cold Force, Friendly Federal Assassin, Allen. P.S. Okay, now that all the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? Sorry, gotta rant a bit over here and drop the formal tone. I expected security cameras at every bend, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got, who knows, maybe they're pranking me, is nothing. No damn security, not in transport, not in the hotel, not even in the event. He goes on a little bit longer talking about lack of security, but it was a little bit boring to read that whole thing. I could have taken it and some snippets, but I wanted you to hear the exact whole thing, because sometimes people take snippets and they don't give it its full context. So that is what motivated him. That is why he did what he did. Now, he sent that manifesto to his family shortly before leaving his hotel room. His family promptly notified the authorities. That's important, because when we go over here to some of the conspiracy things, that's an important piece of information to know. So what happened that day? Well, in fact, it starts the day before. He arrived by train to D.C. on the 24th of April. The correspondent dinner was the next day, the 25th April at 8 p.m. He left his hotel room armed with a shotgun, a pistol, multiple knives, and wire cutters. He arrives at the terrace level at the Secret Service checkpoint at 8:36 p.m. So you have to know this. There's several levels to this venue. There's the terrace level, which is basically ground floor, and where the actual dinner is taking place is down the stairs and one sub-level below that. So he makes it to the terrace level at a Secret Service checkpoint. He shoots one Secret Service member in the chest, ironically enough, just like he said he was going to do. And luckily, he was wearing body armor. Not that lucky. You're not the first guy to try to kill Trump. They're ready. They're ready. All right. He then, I wish I could show the video, but we've learned our lesson about sending or showing videos with pew-pews. Thank you. But you've probably seen it by now. It'd be crazy. This guy, he shoots that Secret Service guy in the chest, and he runs full speed past the rest of the checkpoint, utilizing the black half of his heritage, going 20 miles an hour. I mean, it was impressive.
Not a bad strategy, given the situation.
Lord David, I appreciate you really enjoying that subtle humor.
White for accuracy, black for speed. We're all going to get canceled now.
So he sprints full speed past the initial guards, and the Secret Service miss the shots. They shoot, I believe, 5 times, and they miss him. And then they tackle him, and it's over. Okay? So if you guys see how fast this dude's running, he's running at a close proximity right by him. By the time you get to his gun, he's even further past, and the guy goes to a knee and sends 5 wild shots. I guarantee you they're not accurate. He's at a very heightened level, and he just misses. And some people think, for some reason, that's odd. Well, if we go back a few years to the second attempt on Trump's life, this isn't the first time that the Secret Service misses shots. On September 15th, 2024, while at Mar-a-Lago Golf Course, the Secret Service encountered Ryan Routh with an SKS sniper weapon from 10 to 15 yards. The Secret Service agent fires 4 shots, and he goes 0 for 4. So there's I don't want to dog on the Secret Service.
You do.
But if you want to go off a conspiracy,
they're 0 for 2.
Right. The conspiracy is they're not great shots. But it's not really what I want to say is, because that's not necessarily this last one. The guy was moving at a high rate lateral. That is a very, very difficult shot to hit. It just is. He was tackled and the incident was over. So all that being said, what would I grade the Secret Service overall for their security? This is going to surprise you. Guess what? A-. And why I give it A-? Because it can always get better. I mean, yes, they didn't do everything perfect. And because of some things on this, they're going to change up. But let me tell you, Cole Tomas Allen didn't get through the first layer of security. So how could you say the Secret Service botched this? There were 3 levels of security. There was this level of security before the stairs. There was a level of security once you got down the stairs, and then you got into then you had to open doors to get into the ballroom. There was Secret Service there. There was Secret Service inside the dining area and his inner level of protective. So you have 3 to 4 layers of security. This guy doesn't get through the very first layer. He doesn't even get to the same floor as the president, much less inside the dining room. So how can you blame the Secret Service for doing for doing a crappy job when he couldn't get by the very first level of security?
He ran by him,
but didn't get. He ran by a few, but didn't get past at all. He never even made it to the same level as the president or even down the stairs. There are 2 more levels of security. He didn't get part of 1 of 3. The president was never in any real danger. Here's some other things that people are mad about, which the way, or they want to nitpick, the way Trump gets moved around and the way Vance gets moved around. Vance gets escorted out there very quickly, and it takes Trump a second to get out. Well, let me tell you how it works. 1, Vance willingly moved, and he willingly moved very quickly. If you go look at Trump's remarks, Trump had already said, I made it very difficult for them to move me. He didn't want to go. You can't. Trump ain't a small man. If he's 6'4",
6'3",
6'3", yeah, well into the 200s. And if you don't want to move that guy, it's going to take a lot to move him. He wasn't ready to move yet. If he wants to stay there, then they're just going to body bunker him there. 2, they were also waiting for the CAT team to say that it was clear from the position he was at to the position he was going. Because he didn't make it into the ballroom, they didn't know where the shooter was.
Yeah, they also didn't know how many people were there.
They didn't know how many people. Right. They didn't know the shooter. So why would you take them from a security location to an unknown location that isn't secured until the CAT team says the way over here and where you're bringing him is clear? So it just is, for people to say things like that, it just proves you don't know what you're talking about, or you didn't care to at least look into it. Let's go to the conspiracies just real quick. And I've been talking for a while, but I did a lot of research on this, did a lot of reading over the past few days, got a lot to put out. Here's one of the leading conspiracies, and I can't. On? What's that?
Hats?
The first one is just stupid. So Trump had mentioned, they're like, this is why we need a ballroom. This is why we need a ballroom. And he's right. Unless you're going to buy out a massive hotel and keep everybody away, which you want to get more people pissed off at Trump and our president and more people wanting to kill him, go ahead and buy out a whole hotel and cancel everybody's plans and say, hey, the president thinks he's more important than your business plans or your family vacation. He's coming. You're kicked to the curb.
They hate the ballroom now until they get to use it.
I know. So he, of course, mentions the ballroom. Well, this is part of the conspiracy that Trump's ballroom actually got delayed because Congress said, the Supreme Court actually said you need congressional approval for this ballroom to move forward.
Because they're using country money, tax money.
Yeah. And also has to do with like historical things. There's several reasons. And at first Trump said, I don't need their approval. And that's why it went all the way up. And he's like, yeah, actually you do need their approval. So he said he staged this in order to get his ballroom across. All right. So let's take a look. Here's how I'm going to make my argument. But give me a second. Let's look at some other historically staged attacks. Jesse Smollett. Bet you didn't see me pulling that guy's name up during this. Jesse Smollett. Drew, do you remember that?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. Everyone else does. He was on the show Empire, and then he was in Chicago. He got beat up. He said he got beat up by some Trumpers who were racist, and it was a big thing. It was a big deal. Okay. Because he was an actor. He was a black actor. Well, it took about 10 minutes for them to realize this didn't really happen, and they completely found all the evidence. He found friends of his that he met on the set of Empire and were personal trainers of his, and he hired those two other black guys to pretend to do this and to hang him up and to beat him up and things like that.
Oh my gosh, they had to go to court for that. That was a big deal.
He paid them, and again, who did he pay? He paid someone he knew, because that's who's going to go along with this.
Yeah.
Someone who has similar ideas and says, yes, I want to move your idea forward.
People you can trust and aren't going to rat you out later.
Former GOP staffer Natalie Green, she claimed to be attacked, zip-tied, and cut by assailants who shouted anti-Trump things. She was found to have a co-conspirator who she knew, and she is now charged with conspiracy of false statements. Again, this is something that they staged. Who did she find to be a co-conspirator with her? Someone she knew, someone who shared political beliefs with her.
Like-minded idiot.
She resigned. You can't bring her up now.
So, this brings me back to my argument here. This guy, if you want someone to go along with your idea, you don't go get someone who hates you and doesn't believe in your ideas at all and go, hey, here's the thing. By the way, those last two things that I mentioned, very small. Like, you're going to get like a misdemeanor out of it, okay? And those are friends with you doing small level thing. Now you're asking someone who isn't on your political side at all, hates you and hates everything you stand for, and someone's going to come talk and ask Mr. Allen, hey, I know you hate the president, but check this out. We got a ballroom we got to get across. We got to get across the
finish line.
The finish line over here. And here's what I'm going to need you to do. I need you to get on the train with a shotgun and a pistol and knives. I need you to travel all the way across the country. And when you get there, what I need you to do is I need you to shoot Secret Service in the chest. Don't worry. They're wearing ballistic protection. Now, here's the kicker. They don't know about this, so they're going to be shooting real guns at you.
Yeah.
You may not live, but...
At this point, this is where you really got to sell it.
But you may not live, and even if you do, you're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars. But will you do this for us? This is literally what you're saying is going on when you're saying this is an inside job. Here's the other problem I'm going to have.
Or Trump's going to pardon him.
Trump.
We're gonna pardon you too.
If Trump pardons him, then Trump ain't pardoning that.
They had to sell it.
Maybe he got Taco Bell for life.
Well, here's something else someone's going to say.
Do it for me.
Someone's going to say, well, he didn't do it for him. You know, the people are going to benefit are his parents. Like, you do it for someone else, right? Well, if you're going to do it for your parents, and then you write this manifesto, and your parents are going to receive some money out of this, they're the ones who called the cops on you. Okay? So I don't think they knew about this. All right? So they had no idea. And even if you're like, well, they didn't know about it. That's why they called the cops. Well, guess what? A Delta Force commo support guy, so I want to make sure I say commo support guy, couldn't get away with a $32,000 bet on the Maduro raid because when money moves, things get noticed. You don't think that journalism is going to see millions of dollars being pushed over to his parents and be like, nothing to see here.
What about his cousins?
It's unbelievable that people think that's the conspiracy theory. Here's another one. They show pictures of like, there was no blood. That's insane because I just told you why there was no blood. He missed. And it's not the first time the Secret Service missed. This is actually the second time in a row. So that's not crazy. But I have a conspiracy theory of my own that I would like you guys to debunk. Why haven't we heard anything from the left about gun control? Anytime there's an active shooter,
no kidding,
the left wants to take away your guns.
Bam.
We have an active shooter. Has anyone heard anything about gun control from the left?
The View brought it up.
The View brought it up.
Yeah. They were saying how...
Why were you watching The View?
I was bored. Yeah, they said that it was crazy that it was easier for him to get the guns on the train and into the hotel room.
Okay, and of course, he ironically got it in what you would imagine would be the most gun-controlled heavy state in California.
Right.
But guess what?
California compliant.
It's not crazy that you can move with guns. Hunters travel with guns all the time. Like, are you gonna stop guns from being put on airplanes and trains? You will. No one can go to shooting competitions. No one can go hunting.
And hotel rooms they're not going to check you for guns. They said the same thing about the Vegas shooter too when he was bringing all the.
They were all upset that they were very upset that not everyone was checked. That's crazy because everyone would be upset if hotels started going through your bags. Yeah. You'd be upset about that. I would. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Is that what you're calling for?
It doesn't matter about your guns or not. You don't want them to check your bags when you're checking into a hotel.
Right. It's just crazy. In fact, I wish we could show it, but let me tell you what. We couldn't find a real good video on short notice. Let me tell you what a fake. I'm not saying like nothing's ever faked, because things are faked. Elon Omar did one of the most acted out strips I've ever seen, and it's comical. When Anthony Kazmarek pretended to be drunk and yelled out ICE slurs while running up and spraying her with what ended up being apple cider vinegar. And by the way, she even looks directly at him and gives him the nod to say, it's go time.
I saw that in the video.
Yeah. And then she pretended to be strong and not care, as if the toxic, as if there wasn't a possibility of being poisonous and toxic liquids sprayed on her. And she's like, no, I'll just carry on because I'm a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
It was that is what a staged, is what a fake and staged hoax of an attack looks like.
Didn't her
and
husband
again,
going after her?
And you know what he didn't use? He didn't use a gun. He didn't shoot anyone. He ended up using some liquids that ended up not being lethal or toxic at all. So what's he going to get charged for?
It's a beneficial liquid too, apple cider vinegar.
Yeah. If she had a stain, she's good. So anyway.
And what about her security? I mean, if that was legitimate, her security would have wanted to figure out what was just sprayed on her.
Absolutely. So yeah, there are fake ones that happen, but that's what a fake one looks like. Yeah. I've been ranting for a while. I want to get all the information out there because I've heard some wild things going around the internet, and they're easily debunked. They're just easily debunked, and there you have it. Drew, let's go to some super chats and see what the boys have to say.
All right, let's see what we got here, guys, tonight. All right, Goons in, thank you very much. It's been a while, brother. Hope all is well. The real Justin G87, Jizro, the Super Seal, drops the soap on purpose.
Probably.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Dirt Diver Actual says, missed the last week. Rest in peace, PFC. Brett Everett Wood, born April 23rd, 1992. KIA, September 9, 2011, in Kandahar. Last stream was on his would-be birthday.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that.
Goon back in. I'll email soon about getting me and Dad on the podcast. Been super busy with regiment life and ETS coming up.
Heck yeah. Looking forward to it.
Michael Hendricks, Brock, you hate risers, but risers make it possible to passively aim using nods and a red dot. So did you, A, not passively aim, B, passively aim with a standard height RDO, and sit to pee?
Sit to pee.
No, don't. Why would you look through your red dot while using nods? Just use an IR laser. You can move a lot faster with an IR laser. There you go. There's your answer to that. I do not sit to pee. You already know that.
Solely1234 says, how does Secret Service compare to Delta? If not on Delta standards, it seems it's a priority. They should be as they protect the president.
The secrets, of course you can't compare them to the Delta Force. Here's, we get to train a lot for our mission. The Secret Service is always on the go and always protecting the president. And I do hope that their leadership fights for them. Here would be an answer or solution for the Secret Service. They would need to hire more people and have the presidential detail be larger. So that way they can have certain people have downtime and train and shoot while other people are protecting the president. So that really has to happen. But again, we're trying to say we want to make them better, but they did their job. Didn't get through the first level of security. They did their job.
Yep.
I don't know why everyone's so hard on the Secret Service right now, as if they botched it. He didn't get close enough for the president. Everyone inside was confused what was happening, didn't even know what was going on because he never got into the ballroom. Not even close.
Was that the SWAT team that jumped on the table that was guarding him with the long guns with full kit, or was that Secret Service?
I'd have to look again. It was more than likely the Secret Service, but I have to look again to see their gear and see what their patches say.
Sully says, if you were in charge of the Secret Service, how do you improve them?
One ahead of you already. I would expand them, and I would give them more of a Jort cycle so they had time to train, and then a cycle to train and a cycle to work, and you would see at least shooting get better.
Normally, doesn't the Secret Service have an MP5?
They have all sorts of things at their disposal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, normally they carry the MP5 too. It's fellas.
And there's all sorts of things for all sorts of environments. Like the outer cordon like that, they just had pistols.
But remember,
I can't tell you. I can't, even though I trained with them, I can't sit here and tell you everything I can't tell you what the Secret Service has. That wouldn't be very right of me to do.
Ayla Vanel says, the boys in H Point say hello. Dewey, say my profile name a little slower. Okay. At Ayla Vanel. YRT. There it is. Holy Fook. Brent, at what point does the Secret Service bring in folks from the Tier 1 world to help on perimeter and event security for POTUS?
Overseas. That's when we get involved. We get involved overseas. But as long as we're here in the United States, that's not our job.
Guinnison 1128 says, "Hi fellas, if you guys set up a coffee account, it takes less of a tax than super chats. You guys should look into it."
Let's see what a Ko-fi account is. Ever heard of that?
Ko-fi?
Ko-fi? All right. Let's see.
We'll look it up. Josh Husky, thank you very much for the beer money for the boys.
Oh, and Josh Husky, another Patreon
Sultans
member.
of
Thank you.
Swing, Dire Straits for the outro. All right. Thank you, Josh. North, South, East, West says, "Yeah, I've donated to a political party. It's called taxes."
Not wrong. Not wrong,
funny.
sir.
Zuby 4713 says, "I live and grew up in Southern Cal, and it's very liberal. You can't reason with them at all. You'll lose brain cells trying to even to have a conversation with them, especially if you're in a college class. It's not worth it."
Oh, I'm telling you, I could only imagine. I'll tell you what. We'll go all the way down to the Friar David question from my Holy Fook two down, and then we'll bring in Bo and save some of the super chats while we got Bo on the podcast.
All right, Bo's on the stage. Hey, Bo.
Don't bring me on the stage. Oh.
Bo from the good state of Texas.
Don't start on a bad note, clown shoes. Come on, man.
What? It's a good state.
Shut your mouth.
Man, that was a really good impression, Bo.
Yeah. It's only fitting now that we have a new software, new platform that we're doing the live on. Bo was our very first recorded guest, and now he is our very
great Green Garay.
Don't you start with me? You spell Green Garay once for a couple hours until you can correct it, and just never will that be living.
Hey, it's either that or the 40-pound injector. I don't care which. You tell me, bud.
Bo, did you get a chance to? It was a long rant of a lot of information.
It's good stuff.
Did you get a chance to listen to all that?
I did, yes, sir.
What? I know it's a general question. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, man, I have a lot of thoughts about the assassination attempt. And the air quotes is because for a bit, and I did it with the Charlie Kirk assassination. It won't admit that it was an assassination. This thing will argue with you with the information that it finds that, they can't confirm an assassination. So that's what it went on when I asked them about this assassination. So I will say it attempted, but it was, it was legitimately a person who I think, from listening, you read the entire manifesto, someone that just didn't have the capacity to find a reasonable answer, there's no rationale in that thinking that I saw. I mean, he sounded like he was clear in his thoughts, but that's not a rational person, It's really in a sick sort of weird way. Okay, it could people who believe like him think that was something brave. Okay, but still not rational. That's rational people typically try to work things out, with each other if, you want to get to a solution or a solved problem. But,
right.
Deciding that, the only option, I have no other options. The only thing I can do is rush past these.
Right. I have no other option but to end this by violent means.
You've already lost. You've already lost.
He's going to be out the very next election cycle.
Yep.
It's just I have so many things that I want to that I want to go down on this particular topic. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating.
And I don't want to dog on the Secret Service either. I watched that video multiple times. The thing that stuck out to me was he rushed past that one dude after he point blanked old boy pretty good. That was neat. But you see the one guy in the center of the video, he doesn't run. He doesn't, hit the deck. The dude took a knee, scooted back, and you saw him. He was struggling trying to get his sidearm unholstered. So you're like, okay, I feel bad in the fact that at least he didn't, dive out of the way or do something stupid, that you see, in some instances. But the fact that he stayed on target, pulled, and finally got it out, and at least threw some rounds, I was like, okay, I'm at least happy about that. But
yeah, when they're moving that fast, and kind of,
I was sick.
Already talked, that dude was moving.
That was.
By the time you get your gun out of its holster, and then he dropped to a knee, if I remember right, for whatever reason, he's already moved another 10, 15 feet, if not 20, and continuing to move. Like, the best thing that you could do, and it's what they did, which was the people that were further down, they jumped on him.
Yeah.
Like, just go ahead and we're just gonna end this. So yeah, that's just incredibly crazy. If you guys don't know, just in case you don't know who Bo is, me and Bo went to the Q
How's
course
that possible?
How is that possible?
Bo's toes, nobody knows.
We went to Special Forces selection
Shut your
course
mouth,
together.
magnet.
We went to the Q course together. He went on to 10th group to do great things. Went on to Halo school. Went on to be a canine handler, and now and now he's what's your official position at 50 for the Fallen?
Chad, he was gracious enough to anoint me co-founder.
Okay.
Of 50 for the Fallen.
And tell everyone what 50 for the Fallen started out, what it does, and what it's
okay, yeah, man. So if this is where I get to make the big announcement, awesome. I'm excited about that. So Chad Conley and I, let's see a little backstory here. Chad Conley and I worked together at 110. We deployed together the first go around where Pat got killed. He was friends with Pat. I believe he went through the course with Pat. But fast forward to us in Fort Carson. It started getting to the point where we weren't deploying as much and to deal with some of the experiences of war. And, Chad decided that he was going to go out and ruck. So he gets out and starts rucking. 5 miles turned into 10 to 15 to 25. Next thing you know, he finishes 50. And I believe he got some news coverage over it. And he called me up out of the blue and was like, hey, Bo, I've got this idea. If you jump on board and help me, kick this thing off, I'd be, much obliged. So I was at a pretty critical point in my life that, it came at a point where I needed it. And I graciously accepted, and we started 50 for the Fallen. Actually, one of the first events we did, which, drum roll, was the 20th anniversary of 9/11. We were able to get a group of about, I believe, close to 50, but we had, you name it, veterans, a couple of police and firemen, some active duty, just you name it, group that came out for the 20th. So the big announcement, this September, 50 for the Fallen, we're going to bring a full-scale tribute to New York City. We'll hit places like the Brooklyn Bridge, to Ground Zero, through the fire in Manhattan, with coordination alongside law enforcement, FDNY, and the Joint Task Force elements. This is going to be a rucking ceremony that we're going to put on, basically.
Okay.
Are you rucking?
You betcha I am. Every step honors the firefighters, police officers, and civilians who gave everything that day.
All right.
So
I guess
that is going to be the big announcement.
Devin, I guess we're going back to New York again this year.
I've never been.
You better believe it. So here's the cool part. Chad and I spoke, and it has been confirmed. The elements of the Joint Task Force have got us access to the ceremony, the 9/11 ceremony, that morning. So we'll start somewhere about 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. We'll do a certain amount of miles. Don't think we're going to do time, thank goodness. But we will march through, talk to some of the firemen that were there that day, hear their stories, stop at their firehouses. reminisce, drink cold beers with them, take a shot, whatever it is that they want to do. Then for the ceremony, we will end up at 7 a.m. at the horse soldier statue, where we will gather, pay homage to the dogs, and watch the ceremony from there. We'll watch the ceremony from there with police escort. So,
all right.
The big part of the announcement is we want everybody to get involved in this thing, man. Obviously, you and Devin are there for sure. Anybody and everybody that's wanted to do one of these things and hasn't been able to, this is your chance. This is your chance to help. Donate
Drew,
as much or as little as you have. We can make a big difference.
I have no intention to go.
No intention?
Why would I leave the great state of Florida?
Well, because it's Florida, I think.
My birthday's the 10th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We may do a. It's called a business trip, Drew.
I only leave Florida when it's a business trip, and Brent makes me go. That's the only reason.
Well, Chad has asked Drew if you would come and open our ruck out in the prayer. So I don't know how much pressure that adds to you, but.
Oh, you want to play that card, do you, bro?
Who knows what he's
Just
doing?
saying.
Yeah. All right, man. It's good sell. Good
Hey,
sell.
what are the?
I'm not trying to be rude about it.
Is it? What were the dates, just to make sure?
It's September 11th is the day. We'll step off. We'll stop. Yes, sir. We will step off early on. The early hours of 9/11.
Hey, what is
the beauty of it is we're going to talk about all that
more
stuff.
information about this, about location, obviously dates, but
50 for the phone. So www.50ftf.org. We will have that updated probably by 8 a.m. tomorrow. I had my guy on standby tonight. I said, "Hey man, don't put anything out. Don't give anything away until we put out the big announcement." So tomorrow morning he should have the site hopping and popping.
Okay. Is there going to be?
It'll be Say again, Magnet.
Is there going to be a sign up on the site?
Now,
sign up?
Yes and no. So, Chad, part of the discussions I believe with JTF was we have to limit the amount of people into the memorial to a certain number. Now, how do we coordinate that with people who want to sign up and just come do the ruck? How do we coordinate it with the people who are going to donate? Because some of the donors, they'll donate enough to say, hey, I'd like to send 2 people for the donation of this, and we will have to, we will love to, add them to the list. So I'll get with Chad on that. We won't deny anybody that wants to come up there and ruck with us. Not anybody. That's crazy. If you want to come up and participate in this thing, you're absolutely welcome to.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do is
Yes, sir.
we're going to start a forum on our Patreon page.
Okay.
And we're going to see how many of the Tier 1 podcast Patreon can make it up there for that.
Sure.
We'll do a gathering.
We're going to have Patreon members up there?
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to see how many people
I'll go for the boys.
That's right. We'll see how many people we can get. And guess what?
Guy has no backbone. What a jellyfish.
It will cost. You get enough people, it'll cost a lot. But when I get as many people as we can going, I'll give them all free Tier 1 podcast shirts, so everyone knows where they're representing, where they came from, and we're going to see what we can do to bring more proud Americans and patriots to this event.
Sounds like a great event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going.
Absolutely, man. Booyakasha. The money that is raised from this, guys, Chad doesn't take a paycheck. I don't take a paycheck, man. We do this out of the love of getting other veterans and first responders treated for their TBI. I went myself. It's a place here in Coppell, Texas called Resiliency Brain Health. And the doctors and employees at this location are just second to none, man. So every dollar we raise will go to sending, Green Berets, Brent's Boys, Rangers, you name it. Anybody from the veteran community, anybody from the first responder community, we will send over there. So, we have a big goal. We want to hit 250,000 if we can.
Wow.
It is a big goal. It's a big goal, man. But throwing together a shooting event last year, just me and a local buddy of mine, Travis. I mean, we raised $88,000, and that was just between friends, of the circle that I run in. So, adding you guys and the rest of the United States and members from Austin to Boston, Maine to Spain. Guess what? Great things are going to happen for us. So, I hope everybody.
All right. And you know what? I think we're going to.
I heard that. Weird Beard.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm holding you to
Weird
it.
Beard. Don't call him Weird Beard.
No.
You call.
Is this thing
Call
on?
him Bozos. Call him Bozos. Don't let him get away with
He
that.
doesn't even spell his name right.
Oh, that's it.
French.
That's it. Wait a minute. Time out.
Hey, you know what?
You crossed the line there. Your motorcycle gang.
Chad
What's
just texted me and said, "Hey, you want to do a collaboration T-shirt, tier 1 and 50?" Yes, I do. In fact, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna see if we can do a collaboration T-shirt. We might do a instead of our standard T-shirt, do a commemoration T-shirt just for our Patreon members. We're gonna get behind this. One and foremost because of the cause, and everything goes to the cause.
Everything.
But
that's right.
Add into it. You're one of my best friends. Add into it that you traveled all the way here to support me when I was launching this thing, and you were my very first guest. And to think that I wouldn't do the same thing back for you would just be rude.
Yeah, I concur with your assessment.
Not to follow.
No, Brent. Thank you guys so much, man. Seriously, it means a lot to us.
Hey, not to follow up really good news, really bad news. But have you ever heard of a country singer named David Allen Coe?
Oh no, you mean the mysterious rhinestone cowboy from Dallas, Texas? No, never heard of him. Not once.
He died today.
I know, man. I was disgusted about it.
Yesterday.
There are some little known facts.
Yesterday. Thank you, Devin. Yes.
If you'd like to know some, I'd throw them out at you.
Well, you got some David Allen Coe
Devin may already have ruined it for everybody because she has the biography of David Allen Coe apparently, but I'm not even mad at her. I'm actually impressed.
What do you got? Give me some David Allen Coe facts.
I heard that I did double check this, that he lived in a hearse when he was first starting out. So he'd go park in Nashville at these places to try to get his songs out. He lived in a hearse. That's true.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Okay.
He did do time in prison. That is also another true statement.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
All right.
It's something that I learned when I was in Colorado. I got to see him in Colorado Springs, which is an event in and of itself. When you come from Texas and you go to cool concerts there and then go to a concert in Colorado Springs, it wasn't a disappointment because he came, but the clientele that showed up, I was like, man, what is going on here?
It's not the same.
Nah, not at all.
It
But
wasn't no West Texas event, was it?
Come on, bro. Come on.
Probably better.
Nothing is West, Texas, bud. He did. He was actually in a couple motorcycle gangs, and one of them was, I believe, the Outlaws there in Colorado Springs in Colorado, which is a pretty big motorcycle gang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely,
which I thought was pretty cool, but
to some degree, not. And I don't think he would pretend to be one. I don't know if anyone would call him a role model, but he definitely was a powerhouse in country music.
He's a pioneer for sure, man.
And it makes me think of you anytime I hear him, because of course I knew who he was growing up in a feed store, but I got to hear a whole lot more of him riding around in your truck.
Sorry, bud. That's just how that goes.
That's all right.
That's how that goes, man.
Man.
Listen, I thought there was only one person in the world that wouldn't get annoyed at playing songs over and over, and that was you. Seemed I was right. Put 3 songs on repeat for 712 miles. Who knew? We do.
That is a true story. That is a true
so
story,
dumb.
everyone. Oh, man.
So dumb.
You get us together. Guys, come out to the 50 for the Fallen.
Yes.
Join
Please.
the Patreon. Say that you're coming to represent Tier 1. Get in a shirt, and we will figure out a way to join as a community and you will hear the stories that we can't always tell on the podcast, and they're hilarious. They're hilarious. Some of my best stories are with Bo.
That's right, man.
Man, thanks
Wouldn't
so
trade it
much
for nothing, brother.
being my first remote guest. Thanks for making that announcement here, and I'm excited.
You bet, man. Thank you for letting us, brother.
That just means we're going to hang out again. Coming up in September in New York. So I'm excited about that, and I'm bringing the crew.
News to you. I think Devin already knew, but she's good about keeping secrets. So thank you for that, Devin. I'm probably going to come see you guys soon. So we'll coordinate that.
I was just going to figure it out.
So, yeah, we're going to figure it out here soon. Before the event, I'll be out there.
So let's let everybody know the website one more time.
It is www.50ftf.org. Tomorrow, I believe it should be cruising with all the information. If it's not, then dog cuss me, and I will work on it and have it up by the end of the day at least.
All right. Perfect.
But I had him hold fast on printing anything out, so I didn't want to give it away. But
heard it here first.
20th anniversary of 9/11, and then the thing we put out today on Instagram. I have my NYPD shirt on. It was all kind of
I saw that.
Ability to catch it. Good. So
yep. All right.
We're excited, man. Thank you so much for having me, brother.
Co-founder for 50 for the Fallen, Darren Bo Bahealer. And from the good state of Texas. Thanks for coming on.
Well, I'm going to let you have that. That was ugly. Drew, you need to pay for your brother and his hate. It's hate in his heart. He intentionally did that to hurt me. He did that to hurt me, and he knows it.
Not true. All right.
The second best state in the...
It's second best. It's the time.
Hey, Magnet, the Outlaws called.
I don't know when number 2, and I don't know when the second best state in the greatest country was a bad thing.
Listen, guys, the Outlaw Gang just called. They're missing their mascot. Hey, Weird Beard. Get it.
Bo,
get it.
Thank you. We're up against the break.
Bro, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Check us out.
Later, brother.
See y'all.
All right, later. All right, that being said, we're going to take a small break ourselves. We're going to come back, watch some fun videos, and have a fun little game for everyone in here. Stay tuned.
Super Chat's coming out.
We're going to Super Chats after this.
We are more than makers of steel. We are brothers in craft, bound by purpose and forged in pride. Every blade we shape carries the weight of the hands that built it and the hearts that will wield it. Brotherhood Blades stands for those who refuse to quit. The protectors, the workers, the doers. We forge with integrity, we carry with pride, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with those who live by the same code. Brotherhood Blades, forged in freedom, carried with honor.
If you've ever been to any of my tactical training classes, then you know how adamant I am about the use of white light and the importance of a quality, high-powered, tactical light. That's why I use Cloud Defensive Tac Lights. You can't hit what you can't see, and neither can the bad guys. Clearly identify your target and simultaneously overwhelm his vision with hundreds and even thousands of lumens. Get serious about defending yourself and your family. Go to clouddefensive.com and use promo code TIER1 to get 30% off your order. That's right, 30%. You won't find a better light than this, and you won't find a better deal than this.
Revenge is an act of passion. Vengeance is an act of justice. Injuries are revenged. Crimes are avenged. Almost a century ago, big pharmaceutical companies re-engineered medical school curriculum and faculty with one goal: putting profit before progress. Anyone pushing back against the medical matrix they carefully crafted was threatened, silenced, censored, financially ruined, or worse. They are the problem. We are the solution.
You're clear to engage. Initials Mike Juliet Alpha. You're clear to engage with weapons. You're clear to engage with weapons.
Hey guys, tonight is, let me make sure, yep. Tonight is the last night for the free camouflage cigar at frcc.shop. Anytime you buy a box of cigars, doesn't matter which box of cigars at frcc.shop, you'll get a free $19.77 camouflage cigar for absolutely free. Tonight's your last night to do that. Rumor has it next month is First Responder Month, I believe it is.
Okay.
And for those that work the long hours, we are going to slash coffee prices for the entire month.
Love it.
So you guys get, support first responders by drinking that first responder coffee. And price is no excuse next month. All right. If it goes well, we might do it another month. All right, guys, here we go.
All right, Drew, let's get back to some super chats just real quick before we go on to a funny video that I can't wait to get to.
All right, Aaron Ferrales says, Brent, would you ever consider doing a history episode about the 1989 Turret 2 explosion on USS Iowa BB-61? God bless all the men who lost their lives. Glad to have made a live for the first time. All right, Aaron.
Yes, absolutely. Let me just get through writing this down. I have some history episodes in the hopper. I got one coming up in the next few months for sure. We're gonna do a Medal of Honor episode. We're gonna basically take the top 5 conventional forces Medal of Honor awardees and put them up against the 5 top special operations Medal of Honor awardees and compare stories. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm going to get a conventional guy to come on to give his top 5 conventional guys. So I'm really looking forward to that. Not necessarily a history episode, but I haven't done an exposing someone episode in a while, and it's taken me too long. I wish I'd have done it earlier, to be honest with you, but I finally got around to reading the whole book, Fort Bragg Cartel, and it's so disgusting to me. I'm going to do an episode rebuking it and all its lies and what he's trying to do to slander the greatest war fighters and the greatest men of moral and integrity, and calling them all drug users is an absolute shame. And I'm going to show you what an idiot he is. So that is also coming up.
All right, we got Holy Fook in. He says, question for Friar David. Where is home in the UK? And did you serve in the UK military? How did you find out about the Tier 1 podcast?
Good question.
Yeah, that's multiple questions, isn't it? Home originally is Sheffield, but sadly, I live in Bradford now, or as you may know it, Bradistan.
Careful what you say. Careful what you say.
That name is older than me. It's not a nice place.
You only have free speech while you're here.
Yeah, you're in a safe space here.
Yeah, I'll have to go home.
You have to go home.
I live in Bradford at the moment and hate every second of it. Did I serve in the military? No. Long story, but no. How did I hear about Tier 1? I saw Brent on a British military podcast. Force Radio with Phil Campion.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Those guys were fun.
Yeah, and the algorithm just took me to Anti-Hero when you were talking about Tim Kennedy. And
that guy. Yeah, I guess we said some. Yeah. I guess we said a few things about him.
Some choice words.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 or 2. But
yeah. And then remember when everyone thought I was a hater about that, only to come to find out not too much longer that every single thing I said about him was true.
Yep.
You get to be smug with that one.
Yeah, I do get to be smug with it because I took a lot of flack over that one.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, when you left Anti-Hero, I followed you here, chatting to Drew on Instagram, and I find myself in this room.
I love it.
Here we go.
I love it, Lord David. And Rob O'Neill's going to find out what Tim Kennedy found out as well. That I was.
Yeah. You don't know. It says, love the podcast. We need a piss bottle for drop for merch. Would you consider Mike Vining as a guest on the podcast? Also, can we get another history episode?
Yes. Mike Vining, we are in communications with. He is coming on the podcast. We're just working through some logistics and some getting on the right calendar date. His schedule's been very busy, but he's absolutely coming on, and I can't wait to get him on the podcast. I have so many questions. Again, not to be smug, but he's done a couple other podcasts. But being from the unit, like I have some questions that no one else would know to ask him, and I can't wait to talk to him and find out some unit history with him. Really looking forward to that.
Jennison says, since Andy finally became a full-fledged SEAL, now that he has a book, when is he coming onto the podcast?
That's a great question. You know what?
I'm doing a book tour.
Yeah, I know. He does. Well, I do need to invite him on the podcast.
The second best podcast
to promote his
on
book.
YouTube.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
You need a hot tub.
He's onto my shenanigans. I think the best thing I can do is not do anything, because he's going to be so worried that I'm going to do something again. Is just to let him feel like, it was all for nothing, and then hit him later when he's not expecting it. Back when he thinks I'm.
Can't reveal what we're going to do on the podcast.
Oh,
do it.
And he doesn't watch me. It's okay.
Everybody else does.
Play on paranoia.
And he doesn't watch my podcast.
You'd be surprised.
What's funny is most of us podcasters who are all friends don't watch each other's podcasts.
It's a lot of work to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Joe Williams, thank you very much for the love. $50 for the beer fund. Just got my first cigars from you guys. Cheers, boys.
Joe, thank you, sir.
Joe Saunders Yippee says, if I could ask this guy to Cole, SO, to achieve peace and understanding, you believe a greater act of violence is necessary? Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nothing. Again, nothing about him makes sense. He's just one big walking contradiction, which, again, no surprise, someone who doesn't understand the Bible, someone who doesn't truly understand political activism, someone who doesn't understand how the world works, surprise, surprise, doesn't understand how to carry out a true mission and didn't make it very far. He's very lucky to be alive.
He is.
He's very lucky to be alive. But he will probably never see the light of day again.
What they charge him with?
That's a good. I don't know the exact charges, but I feel like assassination of the president is its own charge, and it's a little bit higher than attempted murder. Cam, can you find that out for me? Can you see what they charged him with?
Glaucoma 420 says the left won't condemn these assassinations because they know the right isn't mentally ill like the left is, and the right will always turn the other cheek.
You know, again, I hate to make it political. And if it was just a political move where both sides are wrong and they're both doing it, then I wouldn't make it political, or I'd call out both sides.
How many attempts were on Biden?
I saw a meme on social media. I was looking for things to talk about during this podcast, and it said all of them were killed by Democrats, and it goes all the way back to Lincoln, and it's got JFK in it. It's got Martin Luther King Jr. in it. It's got Charlie Kirk in it. Ronald Reagan was shot by a Democrat and now President Trump. Like, at some point, what is going on?
But there was
what is going
on Biden when he was in the presidency, and there was 3
because we're not the same. Because we're not the same. So,
but people don't realize that there was 3 on Trump and 0 on Biden. The only thing we did was make fun of Biden's.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And which was warranted. He mentally was not fit for office, only to come to find out later words, everyone admitted what we already knew is that he wasn't fit for office.
Right.
So this is truly my ask of the listeners, that if you are a Democrat, this is just dialogue, right, between the two sides. Is that not concerning to you? How do you, as a leftist and a Democrat, how do you come to terms with this and say, oh, this is okay, this isn't really who my party is, when we just went through a generational problem and it's still happening? How do you come to terms with what is going on in your party right now? And how do you not look at the other party and be like, I'm actually pretty level-headed. Maybe my values align more with them. We'll take you. We'll take you. You don't have to stay there just because your dad was and your grandfather was, and you have been your whole life. Here's what I believe is happening, and people stay there just because it's what they're used to. I believe the Democratic Party has moved on you. It's moved on you. And so if you have remained consistent, the Democratic Party has not. So it is okay to move from them because they moved away from you.
And there's more good news, Brent. The Republican Party has moved on us. And the Republican Party today is a lot like the Democrats of your grandfather. So you'll feel right at home with our big government, big spending Republicans. Okay.
That's right. Good, solid point. Solid point. All right, back to the Super Chats.
Holy Fook says, Brent, in your time in, did you ever do PSD when a president visited overseas? What does Delta do on this versus Secret Service? Are you basically in a support role?
Yes. Yes to both things. And when Obama came through, and we are in a support role, and we do what the Secret Service asks of us. But they usually ask us to be right there with him. But there's various things they'll ask us to do. So we are at their service.
Glaucoma 420 back in. It says Valhalla is going full Candace Owens crash out style. Just look at his channel.
Yeah, I know. Where do you think I got the conspiracy version that I had to talk about this episode? And again, I don't mind people like bringing up things and questioning things. And if you watch what Nate said about this, he didn't go full conspiracy theory. He just said, hey, maybe this happened, maybe it didn't happen this way. He was just bringing up points, and I'm glad to see that. I don't agree with that, but what he did was bring up different viewpoints, and I never mind that.
N9 says, Brent, have you ever done PSD and Delta? Wondering if it's something like that.
Yes, I have. The PSD is something we've done. We've done it all the way. I'm sure we've done it before then, but I know it hit the news with General Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf. We did PSD for him, and we've done PSD all throughout the year. So we absolutely do that. That's why I feel like I can talk about PSD and with an authority, because I've gone through the training and I've done it in real life, and I've done it with the Secret Service.
Holy Fook back in says, Brent, any luck contacting Bob Shepard to bring him on the show?
Dang it, Holy Fook. Thank you for reminding me of that. It's been a crazy few days, but I will do that tomorrow.
Brad Freeman says, work with Secret Service while in Marines. Cool dudes, but complacency is worst problem with security post.
Cool dudes, but complacency is worst problem with security post. Yeah, I'll tell you, the biggest problem the Secret Service has is again their schedule. You guys expect them to have a full. I gave them an A- because there's some things they could have done better, but it's one thing when you're in the military and you have to defend this base. The base doesn't move, so it's really good to have a really good defensive plan on a base that doesn't move. The president moves, and he moves every day. Every day, almost every day. And you guys expect this, these guys to have the absolute best plan, 100%. Everywhere he goes, wherever he goes is a new environment and has a new set of problems. It's just, it's hard to do. It's actually next to impossible to do, yet they've kept him alive. So kudos to the Secret Service for having the hardest job in the world and actually doing it well. I do not believe they deserve all all the bashing they're getting. They protected the president. Didn't get through the first layer of security.
Dwazi says, Brent, how did it feel to be saved by Shadow Force?
Is that guy the only one in my feeds? Have you seen that guy? He's got a lisp, and he's always talking about Shadow Force. His name is something like Nighthawk, Mike Nighthawk Shadow, and he says his all is like that. Oh my gosh, I get it. I get it. I'll show him later.
Goon 91B says, I ETS in late May and plan on heading to Ukraine for a vacation.
I don't think you know what a vacation is. You might want to wait a few years.
No joke. I was waiting for Drew at the
airport
on Tuesday. Sorry. Not joking. When I was waiting for Drew at the airport on Tuesday, there was an Indian guy standing near me on the phone. What's the status with Ukraine at the moment? The government says it's not safe to travel. I was, obviously you only get one side of a conversation, but he sounded utterly clueless. He didn't know there was a war there.
Yeah. It's crazy it's still going on.
Wait,
It's-
dot or feather?
Dot or feather?
Oh, dot or
7-Eleven or casino?
Dot. 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you, Devin.
Thank you.
Dot or feather. I'll take that one home.
It's crazy. It really is crazy that war's still going on with really no end in sight. It's crazy.
That's probably a great part of it that you can go on vacation at.
Yeah, and you could act Kiev. I've been there 3 times. Kiev is far from
Where it's happening.
from where everything is happening at, and it's a nice like historic town. It's a pretty cool place to go, actually.
There you go. That's where he's going.
Maybe that's where he's going.
San Diego Brian says, my birthday is September 6th. Drew, let it slip there. His birthday is near. Let's hear it.
Oh,
Brent's, I guess he's talking about yours?
no,
Mine.
Oh, yours.
yeah. We're all confused. It says Drew let it slip that his birthday is near. He's talking about. All right, you're gonna have to let us know who exactly you want to know about a birthday. Magnet said his birthday was
Mine's the
close.
10th.
Who's the his?
His is the 10th.
Who's the pronoun his there, Sandy?
All right.
All right. Patrick, 5800 says, I think we can solve this great state debate with simple governor foot race between Texas and Florida. I didn't like reading that one.
I love our super chats. I love our audience. Oh my gosh.
Hot Wheels would get them every time.
Yeah.
Is it a downhill race?
Good questions. Good
All
questions.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Holy Fook back in says, will they have hot dogs for Magnet at the 9/11 Ruck March? Good question.
Yes.
They better.
We'll get them there. We'll get them there. New York may have some hot dogs
Nathan's,
within close vicinity.
Also, why hasn't Magnet entered the Coney Island hot dog challenge they do each year?
I need a sponsor.
Okay, we'll get you one.
All right. Michael WSV says, as a 9/11 first responder,
awesome.
Thank you. I really want to thank you guys for remembering us.
Never forget.
I would love to join you all on the Ruck. I spent 20 years as a Leo on a SWAT team in New York. Thanks for remembering us. It would be an honor.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Michael, it's sign up for Patreon, and then we'll put all the information out there, and you'll be able to be on team tier 1 on that. That being said about Patreon, the panos are on the way. They're in the mail. We expect them here within the week. I would hope they would get here. And you might as well sign up for Patreon, because you don't have to do a single thing else other than sign up for Patreon, and you are entered to win a set of panos. Name another podcast doing it. I'll wait. But we won't do that, because that would just be dead air for a long time. We're the only ones doing. Oh, Drew. Nicely done.
I'm on the
Nicely done.
Patreon now and been talking like you know what on there.
There you go. So there you go. Two really good reasons to sign up for Patreon. And in case you guys didn't know, I leave this weekend to go train their SWAT team, and I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you are a Patreon member in the vicinity of New York City, hit me up on Patreon, and we'll we'll do a get together.
I'll be in the St. Augustine area this weekend for the Army Ranger Jump.
Oh, that's right.
So if anybody's in St. Augustine, I'll be there tomorrow.
You'll be easy to find.
Yes, you'll be able to spot me.
All right.
We got Right Wing Nut says, "Hey boys, did y'all see the old fat girl Secret Service woman leaning around the corner? Doesn't seem tactically sound."
I didn't see her. Maybe it was tactical. I didn't see her, which is amazing. But I wonder what part you're talking about.
Maybe it was very stealthy.
Yeah,
because you didn't see her. All right, just another 11. Bravo. $50. Thank you for the love, man. 50 FTF for the Fallen Tier 1 T-shirt fund. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's see.
He's in Illinois, so he better make it to New York.
Go ahead, Drew.
All right, Darren Bose, $300, man. Thank you for the love, brother.
Oh, that's awesome.
He says, "Guys, I'm fat. Leave me to my hard breathing. Also play The Ride by DAC."
Love it. Great song. All right, let's break up super chats just for a little bit because we'll have some more fun. Drew, pull up IG. Pull up the man in the cowboy hat. We're going to see if we can go through a couple rounds on this. Just play the whichever one, the top one. Play the top one on IG. And then we'll talk for a little bit before you play the second one. There you go. Let's see what. We'll go here. All right. Need everyone
real
listening.
man doesn't
Everyone
concern
listening.
himself with a meat thermometer. Well, you're going to ask the meat how it's feeling. You should be able to see it. You should be able to feel it and see it and know if it's done or not. Okay? Oh, well, it needs to be this exact temperature internally. Brother, it just needs to be done. Well, you're going to let this little metal rod that you stick in it tell you that your steak is done? Well, I didn't know the steak was in charge of you. I thought it was your food, not the other way around. You think our ancestors had a little thermometer to test their meat if it was done or not? No, they went by their instincts. Okay? I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Okay? A real man doesn't...
Okay. This guy is coming to my feed. I've liked a few of his videos, and now we get to see. Now we get to see all of his content. Here's my question. I'll start you out. And he's got some points on a few things. He says a real man does not need a meat thermometer to know that it's, and he makes some good points. He's not necessarily wrong. So my question to everyone here is, what else do we use that is maybe common usage that a real man doesn't need? I got one for you. Said, I'll start it out. I don't think a real man needs to look at his speedometer while driving. I think a real man knows what speed feels like, knows what an appropriate speed is at any time. And I don't think you need a speedometer. That's what I say. Magnet, you got one?
Time of the day.
Don't need a watch. Ooh, just going off of the sun and feeling.
Coming from the man wearing a watch.
A watch.
That just counts as steps.
It's funny. This watch is so old, the battery doesn't even tell me what day of the week it is. It's so old. It's so old.
Yeah. Lord David, what is something a real man doesn't do or doesn't need?
Well, going back to what you said, a real man doesn't sit to pee.
Oh, solid. Solid answer. A real man doesn't sit to pee. Thank you. Devin, I'm almost scared to ask this.
Every single one of your countrymen sit to pee.
Devin, the man destroyer, what say you? Pull the mic over there. And what do you have an answer to this question?
I think that real men do not concern himself with the opinion of others.
That's a solid, but that's a real one.
That's a real one.
That's a good one.
Legit. Well, no, it happens more often than you think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that get tied up in that.
Absolutely. I get that. Cam, the brother of the destroyer of men. What say you? What is it, right into the mic, what is it that real men don't need to do?
I think a real man doesn't concern himself with making sure that he matches as soon as he leaves the house. That's what I think.
Not bad. I don't think this. I think being a sharply dressed man is a good thing, But there's a fine line, and I think
100%.
men care a little too much what they wear every day.
For sure.
All right. I'll give that one to you. Drew, you got one for us.
A real man doesn't need two things. A razor and an automatic transmission.
All right. Play the next video. Everyone better get to thinking.
A real man doesn't concern himself with ringing the doorbell. If I'm standing on your front porch and you can't just feel that something's different, then you must not be home. I'm not going to press a little button, wait for you to come to the door, okay? I don't work for you. If I'm coming by to say, hey, then you better be waiting for me at the door. So when I get there, I'm just gonna walk in. Don't invite me over to your house and then expect me to stand on your front porch waiting for you to come to the door. If you invite me over, then I'm coming in. And don't act surprised by that. You invited me over. Brother, I'm here. What else do you expect? A real man.
I do like that, though.
He's got a point. I do like that. He ain't wrong. I don't believe this is controversial at all. In fact, I have taught my son at a young age about this. Guess what? A real man doesn't use an umbrella. Does not. A real man always has an umbrella for any females with them, but does not use one. And I'm gonna add on one more to that. On top of that, a real man does not run in the rain. You just walk like a man in the rain and get where you're going. And I've had my 8-year-old little boy in Florida thunderstorms just walking like a boss to the door. Because that's what men do. We don't carry umbrellas, and we don't run in the rain like our mascara is running.
You know what happens when you see people running in the rain? They fall.
Yeah, when they try to stop.
Now I'm going to start rooting for that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think men do that.
Here comes the stop.
You get less wet when you walk and instead of running.
I don't care.
I don't believe it.
I don't care.
I don't
believe it.
I don't run.
I'm a man. Care of a little bit of water. It's water. You'll be all right.
You dry off.
All right. What next round? What should a man not concern himself about or do? What do you got?
Opening up a door for a female. They don't open up for me.
Okay. Well, it's your question. You can answer it as all right. That's Magnus. Lord David, swing the mic over back to you. What do you got?
What a real man shouldn't concern himself with.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't concern or do.
Answer the door.
Shouldn't answer the door. Who should answer the door?
Nah, if it's important, I'll know. He's there apparently. So.
I love that video. I am now every time someone invites me over, and because it's culturally acceptable to not walk in and to ring a doorbell, I'm going to be upset that I have to ring this doorbell. I'm going to be thinking about this video going, you invited me over. You knew I was coming. Why can't I just walk in? This isn't efficient. I
watch my cameras, so I know when you're here.
Yeah, that you do.
Well, yeah, I have a ring doorbell and the curtain's shut. So if the doorbell goes and I see what it is, nah.
All right. All right. Around the room, Devin, do you have another one for us?
Mine are also serious, I feel like.
It's okay.
Dude, I feel like social media, unless you have a business page and you're taking selfies, stop it. Dude,
solid.
Stop it. What are we doing?
Solid. I'll add one more to that. And it's right. There are things that women can do that men can, but that's how life is, right? I don't think men should have Snapchat.
That's social media.
It's social media, right? It's full of filters. What are you using, the filters? Is that what you're doing?
Putting butterflies on your face?
Yeah.
That's cute.
And then messages disappear. Be a man. Whatever you said, it should stay there for eternity. What are we doing? I know. The only social media I have is because of the businesses. I have no personal social media.
I
hate it.
I'll allow that.
Thank you. Cam, what do you got?
Ooh,
You got one more for us.
Ooh, I don't know if I do.
All right. Drew, do you have one more for us?
Devin took mine. Thanks, Devin.
All right. That's okay. That's okay. Because I have one more, and we have one more video. Let's see what else he has to say. Start thinking about it. You got 30 seconds.
I got problems over here.
It's okay.
All right.
A real man.
Wait a minute. Is that the right one? Nope.
A real man doesn't concern himself with sunscreen. Oh, I just need to cover myself in lotion before I work so I don't get hurt. Where are you working, brother? I'm not using any product that requires me to ask another grown man to spray my back with it. Plus, they say you have to reapply every 2 hours. Who's ever done that? I used sunscreen one time when I was 13, and I haven't reapplied it since. So, I think I'm fine. SPF 30, SPF 50, SPF 100. Brother, you should SPF off. The sun is the reason that I'm taking out this beautiful earth. It sounds like a good outcome. A real man doesn't concern himself with sunscreen.
All right.
Like it.
I got one more. And I just thought of this. I was like, oh no, I think I ran out of ones. Here we go. A real man does not wear the jersey of another man and have another man's last name on his back. Won't do it, will never do it. And anytime I see another full-grown man with another man's name on his back, I don't think highly of that man. We'll just say that. Magnet?
I don't think a real man should have to drive all over the place. I think the woman should be able to drive me around. Call me a sexist.
You're consistent, and I at least appreciate that. Lord David, do you have another one?
I don't think men should have a dog that fits in a bag.
100%.
Nice.
100%.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you.
real dog.
Just get a cat. Just get a cat.
Yes. Real men do not get small dogs. I agree with that.
Apart from Andy Stumpf.
All right. All right.
I can't say that guy isn't a real man, but
something told me his wife has something to say about that. I don't believe he'd have that dog if it wasn't for his wife. That's just jumping off just going off on a ledge there on that one. Devin, what say you on the last and final round of what men should not do?
Ooh, I feel like guys that lose their temper immediately.
100%.
The guys that can't control their shit, they get in a fight and they start yelling like little babies. Like just
Yes.
the guys that don't have the emotional intelligence, grow up.
That is a solid
Use
one.
your inside voice. Use your intellect. You
That's-
don't need to get loud and crazy.
That is a solid one.
Just
Men who can't control their emotions, and I don't care if it's sports, a relationship,
You're yelling at a TV
yelling at
because another man didn't do something that you didn't like. What are you
driving.
doing?
Any man who can't control his emotion,
You're upsetty spaghetti right now. Oh, what are we doing? Relax.
I'm another solid one. Cam.
All right, this time around I got
All
one.
right.
A real man doesn't concern himself with how many layers he needs to wear because of the weather outside.
Ooh, solid one.
From where we get a lot of snow, I've gone outside shoveled in shorts.
Not a bad one.
Nice.
Drew, do you have one more?
I do.
Okay. Love it.
A real man.
This is going well.
A real man should not concern himself if a bee has landed on him.
Correct. Yes. Or any insect. Any man should just be like, okay, I got this. I'm 1,000 times this thing's size. I can handle this.
My buddy just jumped all over the place when in the backyard of the house he got something landed on him. He's like, oh. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Not manly.
Yeah.
Not manly. All right. Guys in the super chats, feel free to weigh in on this subject. Let's catch up on some super chats while we're at it.
All right. A says, Brent, what is it like doing long hikes under knots? Does it get disorienting? Is it fun? Do you still do them?
It's not disorienting. It becomes very second nature. It's in fact, you just get to a point. We wore them so often for so long. It just became, like I said, just became second nature. You walked in them just fine. You ran in them just fine. You cleared houses in them just fine. At the beginning, it is a lot, and guys do trip a lot, or you're not able to see below the nods, and so you have to take a little bit higher steps than you normally take because you might miss a rock that's a little bit higher than normal. But you get the nod walk down. and it just becomes something else you do.
Piercy226, thank you so much for the love, man. Flowback27, thank you for both of you guys for supporting the channel.
Thank you.
Needed. Thank you
so much, guys.
Chucky D19 says, Brent, did Celine Dion ever call you to be her backup dancer?
No.
Must have done some moves he liked.
I guess so.
All right. Jennison says, I find it somewhat ironic that all the guys that smashed the T-Band always grow their beards and look like the T-Band.
I get it. The guys that smashed the Taliban also kind of look like the Taliban. Maybe some.
So did a lot of the guys in the Civil War. So
yeah, I see the irony in that. I'll give you that one.
A back in says, Brent, thoughts on never taking the high road and always meeting people at the low road.
Have I ever thought about that? Oh, have I thought about that? I am human, and guess what? Our channel would probably be bigger if I constantly took the low road, because it'd be drama filled. And what's crazy is the ones who really don't like that I call people out and create drama, and their words, not mine. I call it accountability. They're the ones that only tune in for the drama stuff, and they have no idea the anti or the normal stuff I do. So yeah, I think about it. It sucks, but wouldn't do it any other way.
Just Nut 11B says, sold 3 cigars, 2 Delta Limited, 1 Charlie, and a box of Tier 1 K-Cups in the shop today. Word is getting out.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Thank you.
Reese O. Jackson says, Phil, champion of Forces Media, saved my uncle in 2000 in Syria. Leon, God bless the 22.
Nice. Yep, talking about the 2-2 SAS. Love it.
Rudy Botello says, for First Responders Month, would you be willing to get Sean Buck Rogers on? He's a former Green Beret and now doing first responding.
With a name like Sean Buck Rogers, I feel you have to.
I love Buck Rogers. Used to love that show as a kid.
Too.
How old are you?
Old enough to watch Buck Rogers.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Dubs War Room. Bring on Captain Dolph Hotch, a true legend who re-enlisted after 9/11. Completed the DECA 10 Ironman in 10 days. Trains elite athletes, including UFC guys.
Okay. All right.
Dolph. It's a cool name. Dolph.
It is a cool name. One of the horse soldiers would definitely be a guest of interest. Yeah, and you guys think that, may think that I just write that down and don't ever look at it. You make fun of my book, and you're not always completely wrong about that. But we've had a lot of guests on this show that you guys have recommended, and that's where we get a fair amount of our guests from, is you guys and your recommendations.
How about one of them horse soldiers?
Yep, just got that one from Joe Williams.
Everyday American. If the package you're protecting during PSD wanted to carry a firearm, would you let them? Is that something that ever came up? Did certain people want to use guns, or do they outsource their protection completely to you?
That has never come up. But I'll tell you this, we could give recommendations to them, but they are the principal, and they can do whatever they want at the end of the day. But I tell you this, if they want to do that, they better tell me about it. At least need to know that they have that with them. But really, there is no need, because you're not there to get into a firefight. As soon as something happens, your job isn't to shoot it out. Your job is to move them as fast as possible to someone else. It's someone else's job to be the shooter, that including the initial inner circle of that principal. Like, yes, you're armed, but you're not doing anything with that. Your job is to run to that principal and move them as fast as possible to somewhere safe.
Operator Clips says, Brent, can you do a selection with us Patreon members and take those who get selected to fight a few days in Ukraine? Like a field trip, you know?
All right, I guess we're going to fourth trip to Ukraine, going as a field trip with the chosen few.
Why are you gonna fire on
Johnny, quit pointing your gun at Jimmy.
Careful what you ask for.
All right, I'm in.
All right. Glaucoma.
You wouldn't make selection.
420
Yes,
says,
You'd be surprised.
Brent, I believe you're not sold on 9/11 was an Israel inside job.
Because it wasn't.
Can you explain your reasoning as a military vet why that theory is problematic in less than 2 minutes?
Oh, gosh.
2 minutes. Ding.
All right. Why is it problematic? Because the evidence does not support that theory. The evidence that they were all from Saudi Arabia, not from Israel, supports that theory. The evidence that Osama bin Laden was the mastermind behind it supports that evidence. You have no evidence is the problem. Oh, you're dancing Israelis who actually weren't dancing. They were just gawking at it. That's your theory that Israel is behind 9/11? You're going to have to do better than that. I got a lot more evidence that you do.
That's it. Reese O. Jackson back in says, Lord David, rule Britannia.
Well, not so much at the moment.
Doing his best. Braden Medlin says, real men don't need straws. Gotta hate straws.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm definitely not paper straws.
I use a straw.
Like, if I go through McDonald's and I'm driving, I will use a straw only because I don't want things to spill. Like, but other than that, I do not like straws.
I have to use a straw.
You have to?
He's a
Yeah,
germaphobe.
because if not, it all.
Oh, the beer.
then there's that.
It goes all over my face.
It's got to be a plastic straw, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Not
with
really
paper
on
straws? Get
No.
out of here.
It's not for us to save the world with paper straws.
It's not, yeah.
Turtles?
I've never seen a turtle choking on a plastic straw.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
It's never at the beach and saw a turtle with a couple straws hanging out its nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Disney.
Eclectic Carbon says, where can we donate to ensure the best bang for the buck for our donations? Can we also get a story of a training goof that you made that still makes you cringe years later?
There's so many of them. Really, I mean, when you do as many runs in the house as I have in my career, and guys like me, sure. I once kicked a hollow core door. My foot went right through the door, and then I was stuck with my foot in the door with everyone else pushing on me to get through the door. And so I just, with one leg in the door and the other leg out it, I just hopped the door open. And while my leg on the inside was just getting peppered by paintballs, it hurt.
Do that on purpose.
It hurt so bad. Yeah. That wasn't my best moment. Then, like I said, I have flashbanged my own team many a times. It happens at the beginning, and even at the end of it, you're never like fully impervious to doing that, but it happens.
Man, I'm glad that happened to you, because when you jumped over top of me and started kneeing me in my back.
That happens. Don't bring up old stuff.
That's old stuff.
Last one. It's just not like the most embarrassing, but it definitely happens when you put a charge up on a door inside like a shoot house, which is all concrete floors. The dust and the debris from that door flies all over that straight concrete, and it gets real slippery. So when you're charging full speed into that door with all that dust that explosive debris is put there. Oh yeah, and you take a real hard pivot step to change your direction and go in. I have slid, and then you slide, and your feet goes up real hard. You land right on your back. It's just it's embarrassing.
How do you get used to it though?
Oh gosh, you can just keep going. I've tried to jump up on couches as a cool guy. Didn't jump up high enough and fell right on my face. There's a lot of funny stuff that goes on inside of a shoot house.
That video of that.
Let's see. It says, Joe Saunders says, a man is neither early or late, Frodo. He arrives exactly when he means to. LOL. LOTR
That's
reference.
exactly. Thank you. That's exactly how we start. We're never late on a Thursday.
Do you know what LOTR stands for, Brent?
Lord of the Rings. Don't try me.
Okay, T. Chambers says a real man doesn't need tongs for the grill. He comes stock from the factory with 2 handfuls of it.
Okay. All right.
Glaucoma 420. Would a real man walk into Victoria's Secret with his wife or wait outside like a puppy dog?
Ooh, I'll definitely wait outside.
Yeah. I wait outside for.
I don't want to go in there.
Out of respect for my wife, I wait outside.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want in there. And we
Like
don't
to
have
go
watch
gawking.
them do it. Yeah.
Gogging at Victoria's Secret model pictures and things like that.
I'm a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah,
what
you
if they
are.
want your opinion though, and they're like, "Hey, do you like this? Shouldn't you? Don't you?"
Dealer's choice.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's see. Tavern 1928. Real men don't need a piss bottle.
They just send it right outside the helo.
Yeah. Right back in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some upset. There's going to be upset teammates.
Real men beat up other men who piss on them. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a tough situation.
Sorry, just getting it queued up.
Shocking.
Pablo says, man.
Oh.
What happened?
Refresh.
Well, there is no I don't know how to refresh this page.
You got this.
On a Mac. I have to close out. Devin, you know how to reload this?
Devin.
With this stupid
Devin.
Mac mouse. See, what I have to do is close it out and go to a different.
You should be able to scroll. We were close enough on the chat. You should be able to find.
Even if you click it again and then hit enter.
Hold on, what did Bo say? Quiche? Oh, real men don't eat quiche. Is that what he said?
Uh-oh.
All right, that was from Bo.
I love quiche.
We're close here. All right, here it is. Real men don't give themselves a nickname like Jithro.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
A real man doesn't warm up his cold food.
Ooh, that's ooh.
Depends on what it is.
I've done that many times.
Yeah, yeah.
Zulu Whiskey says, cheers, boys. Outro song, Red, White, and Blue by Scott Strapp.
That's a good one.
All right.
Dwazien, he says, a real man gets a lawsuit for hurting feelings. Well played.
Because he was mean. He was mean about it.
Iceman, SCB, says, real men listen to David Allen Coe. Outro song, you never even called me by my name. R.I.P. David Allen Coe. You will never be remembered on karaoke. You will forever be remembered on karaoke night.
Oh, big difference. Yeah, for sure.
What was David Allen Coe's other name that he used in the music industry?
What do you? You didn't say fun fact, but go ahead.
It's a fun fact.
What
I'm
is
not
it?
going to say it. They need to say it in the chat.
Okay. All right.
Six's mom says a real man doesn't listen to other men predicting playoff games. They're wrong a lot.
Was that a stab at me and Cam?
That was an oops.
Aloha from Kauai.
A6's mom, thank you again for the gifts and the care package. Devin's chewing on some of them right now, actually. There it is.
Whoop.
I literally love these. The Lilikoi crusted macadamias. Chef's kiss. So good. And I just opened my little package. She got me like a really cool like shark tooth like carrying bag. So cool. Thank you.
It's the best. We do. Our listeners are the best. God, I love you guys.
Alex Scott Thompson says, real men don't need beards.
No,
what
sir.
you're hiding.
No, sir.
What is this, Alex?
No, sir.
You don't
He might
want to
be
see
Indian.
me without one. I should post a video or a photo of me in the Patreon without a beard.
There you go. There's another reason to join Patreon
I'll
if
do
you want to
that.
see Magnet without a beard.
I will do that.
I like the Robinson dad said, there's two kinds of people that can't grow a beard, women and children.
Fact. Absolutely.
All right. Tavern 1928 says, real men dress up in full Skid Row attire when playing Rock Band with their buddies. That would be Brent.
That may have happened.
What kind of Skid Row? Skid Row in LA or?
Yes.
JDRE says, real men don't get buzzed, they get hammered.
Oh, that was another one I was going to say, though. Although I know that's a joke. Of course, I would say the opposite. I would say real men can handle their alcohol.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or, they know their limitations and they're ready for anything. Everyday American 556 says, what's the coolest thing you've ever pulled off on a real op? Something you didn't think would work but did, and I think I know what it is.
All right, here goes story time. I can't tell you what unit, and I cannot tell you what country, because that would be off limits. But we had the whole assault force as we walked in a block away from this target's house, and we get told, "Hey, hold up for a second." Someone walked outside the target compound. He's on a cell phone. He's on a cell phone call like 2 or 3 a.m. And so we're waiting. We're in a place we cannot be waiting very long. And so the ground force commander comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Brent, what are we going to do?" I was like, "Yeah, we need to move." And I said, "All right, hold on. I got this." And he was pacing like left and right or like back and forth. And I said, you'll watch me move here in a second. I'm going to go grab him. And then give me a couple seconds, and then the assault force can follow in. He goes, "Okay." And when he was walking towards me, and as soon as he turned his back to walk away from me, I ran as fast as I could, and I grabbed him in the middle of the night and scooped him up. And I did not think that would work, because you're really loud and kit running at full speed, and he was a pretty far distance away from me. I didn't think I could get there to him by the time he turned back around. But it worked out. It worked out perfectly. I sprinted out there. I grabbed him in the middle of the night.
What kind of hold did you put him in?
Well, I had to cover his. I thought quick enough to be like, "Hey, I need to cover his mouth so he doesn't scream."
Right.
And oh my gosh, he was screaming and squealing like you would not believe. But I don't blame him. Like, you're on a phone in the middle of the night. You don't expect someone to come
in the back?
Yeah, to come run up on you and cover your mouth and bear hug you and drag you out away from it. So yeah, that was probably the coolest thing I've ever did. I did not expect it to work. It's on ISR, and it was pretty legendary. It was pretty cool. I don't get to brag on myself a whole lot, but thank you for the question. That was pretty cool.
You brag on yourself a lot.
I'll show you the video later.
Oh, I can't wait.
Brad Freeman says, Lord David and King Charles in USA at same time. Please, one Brit at a time.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, he needs to go home.
That's right. That's right. And he needs to go home. For the party who held riots that said no kings, we want no kings in this country, they all stood and they all applauded his entrance.
king.
I guess you don't mind kings. No consistency.
Electric Carbon says, what are a couple of your favorite geographic locations you've trained at?
Train people or train?
Geographic locations. Man, that's a good question. There's some cool locations in and around Pahrump that I've trained at with Velocity Training when I was a program manager there. That's some really cool spots. That's because they had targets like in the mountains. They had targets all over the place that were really unique and really cool. That's probably it. Pahrump, Nevada was a cool place to train.
And the last one of the night is Preacher 0311 says, USMC Grunt here. Love y'all's channel. Why are Republicans helping Russia when they helped kill Americans during GWAT, also known as GWAT? Seeing many Marines go to Ukraine to help, is freedom worth dying for?
My question to you, and I do not know everything. I try to know as much as I can. I don't know what Republicans are doing to help Russia. I know the war in Iran is not helping Russia. I know all the aid we've given Ukraine is absolutely not helping Russia. But you may be able to give me a
Strait of Hormuz is not helping Russia.
You may be able to give me a few things to bolster your case, and I would have to hear them. But seeing many Marines go to Ukraine to help, is freedom worth dying for? And you know what? That is, I don't think that is each individual's question to them. And to some people, they're like, it's absolutely not worth dying for someone else's freedom. And some people will say, hey, someone else's freedom is worth dying for. And even whether I agree with it or not, or I should say that, whether I would go do it or not, any of those Marines or former military personnel who went to Ukraine to fight the Russians, to defend freedom of a country, I respect. I do. I really, really respect that. So thank you for the question, though, Preacher 0311. You have no idea how much I respect the Marine Corps and the grunts. So thank you for watching and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Guys, that's our show. We got to get on the road tonight because we have a FRCC event in West Palm.
Yep, we're on the South Florida Fairgrounds for the Florida Outdoor Expo.
Yep. So anyone in the area want to swing by the booth, please let us know. And the winner clearly is someone who goes by the screen name Bo's Toes.
Bo's Toes.
And he gets The Ride by David Allen Coe.
I believe that's the only reason that Cameron wore socks tonight, to be saved from the chat.
Smart. All right, this is the night part. This is the part of the night where we just hang out in the chats and talk for a little bit. Alex Scott Thompson. Both countries consist of conscripted men who don't want to be there. I kind of disagree with that. I know the Russians don't want to be there, but I believe the Ukrainian men absolutely want to defend their homeland. But I'm sure there's parts of them that don't. Let's see what else. Retired Army man Humant, a real man, never uses a salami raincoat. I'm behind the dad. Okay. Retired, same one. A real man doesn't use Instagram. Not the personal account right there. I believe the whole world calls him Hank. Let's see what we got. Iceman, SCB, ultimate question. Instead, if it's worth dying for, you should ask yourself, is freedom worth having? The dying is just from how much you want it. Man, you ain't wrong. Let's see. Seth 93267, Delta Dad, and Seth B are back. Hell yeah! Thank you, Seth. I'm glad that you're with your dad hanging out. I think that's awesome. And you tell him I said hi and thank you for his service. Mark S. Retired Magnet, what's your EDC firearm?
Glock 19.
Boom, he's correct. Billy Batty 7076, a real man isn't sassy. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Billy Benoy 647. Real men don't push shopping carts. I think a real man has to eat a lot. I don't know how else you're going to get all that food, but if those are the words you live by, good on you. All right, turn up the tunes. Dan Campbell. I'd argue a real man never sold, put ever, and had social media. William Duggins, can you bend them guitar strings? I can actually, sir. The Third Coast Cowboy, how has no one said a real man always has a knife? How do you not carry a pocket knife daily? That's not a bad one.
Well, it's what they don't need, not what they do need, is what we've been doing. Yeah.
I can answer that. You live in the UK and they'll arrest you if you carry a knife daily. End of.
All right, here we
There's
go.
plenty at home, though.
Just a couple more. Let's see. Six's mom, Lord David, might use an umbrella. He's from England, after all. Ask him about his sweet dog.
My sweet dog died, but yeah, I sent Six's mom pictures of.
Oh, did you?
Tara, yeah, my old dog.
How long did you have the dog for?
About 10 years. I
Oh,
think.
wow. Yeah.
Tara.
Yeah. Max. Hey, Max. Don't you go dying on me. Max.
Max
you
in a
come
couple
here.
years.
Come here. Yeah, well.
I'll show you a picture before we go.
The Animal Mother D2R, Brent favorite movie. That's an easy one. 300. Gotta love 300. It's a great war movie. It's a great culture movie. It's a great culture of men movie. It's a great culture of how men are men, how women are women, and women are still strong women in their own way, and men are strong in their own way. I love 300. All right. Thank you, guys. Again, we have to hit the road immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much for tuning in. You guys get the last word over there. We're going to go around this way. Lord David, what do you got?
Well, I'd just like to say yo to trans Tim Kennedy.
Yo! Absolutely. Solid. Love that guy.
Yes.
Devon.
That's not how you say it, first off. No, have a
Baby.
Have a great week, everybody. Come see us at the Florida Expo if you're around. I'm excited. It's going to be a good time.
Awesome. Drew.
Hey, guys, check out Truth in the Dark podcast. I hope it'll help your life.
Magnete.
Cheers to everybody that watched tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. And go check us out on lionarmsusa.com or lion_arms at IG.
All right. And that is our show.
Boom.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.